Nolan King here for MMA Junkie, and I'm being joined by UFC featherweight. We got Billy Q here, taking some time out of his quarantine to talk with us, which we really appreciate. So, Billy, how you doing, my man? You hanging in there during this whole thing?
Yeah, Nolan, thanks for having me, man. A big fan of you and John and
Thank
MMA
you.
Junkie. So it's a great chat with you guys, like always.
Yeah, for sure, man. And quarantine lifestyle, what does it look like for Billy Q? What's the day-to-day been like recently?
Oh man, so as you know, as you broke the news that I was supposed to be fighting Gavin Tucker this past weekend, actually it got canceled, as you know, about 10 days ago. So I actually moved into a brand new house with my fiance and my dog. He's right over here. So it's just been, we've been basically moving like crazy and trying to get some training in. We got a nice little, a very small group that we've been able to train with. But mostly it's been a lot of road work, a lot of jumping rope, and yeah, a lot of time at the house. Luckily, we have a new house, so it's been good. But yeah, it's just like everyone, man. We're still kind of in shock that this is real. That we haven't been able to do much for the last month or so.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody today about that. It's like now we're kind of used to it, but if you take that step back and you think about it, it's wild. And like you said, you were supposed to be fighting this past weekend. So talk to me about that a little bit. It seemed like a lot of the talk was about April 18th, April 18th, April 18th, and then you had the April 25th card afterwards, and people weren't really sure what was going to happen. So from your perspective, can you take me through the mental and emotional process or toll that takes on a fighter that you don't know if your fight's going to happen or not, but you still got to prepare?
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. So, yeah, like on the one end, we have our boss, Dana White, saying, stay ready, stay ready, stay ready, which I was cool with. But, our gym owner doesn't want us to come to the gym. We're worried about getting people sick. We're just trying to do the right thing. And, we have people trying to push us in all different directions. At the same time, we knew it wasn't going to be like a regular training camp. And we knew we both had to deal with that. So we were prepared to cut weight and make weight and fight. And I've just been staying in shape ever since that. It was a crazy time. I think they did obviously I think they made the right decision, but I'm super excited about these fights that are coming up May 9th, and I'm hoping to still get back on a fight card very soon.
And Dana White told you guys in a recent meeting where he talked to a bunch of the fighters about, he answered your questions in a video chat, so to speak. He did 3 of them. One of the things he kept reiterating was the fact that the fighters that were booked or had contracts would be able to get booked quicker than maybe people that didn't have bouts signed at the times of the postponement. So for you, are you, like you just kind of talked about, are you hoping to get back in there as soon as they come to you? Or are you hoping is there any type of timetable you guys have talked about, or what do you think's next for you?
Yeah, so Sean Shelby is the guy that me and my manager talk to the most. We talk to Dana sometimes, but he basically said, when are you guys going to be ready? And we basically said, May looks good. At the end of May looks good, or June. We still wanted to be matched up with Gavin, but we basically said we'll fight whoever at this point. I know a lot of fighters are so hungry to fight. I haven't fought since December 7th. This is one of the longest layoffs I've had, especially this is the longest layoff without an injury. So I basically said I would still like to fight Gavin. I try to be a man of my word. I've signed, 2 contracts, Chris Fishgold and Gavin Tucker. So I still want to fight both of those guys, but obviously this is a different time right now. So they haven't told us they haven't confirmed any match with Gavin yet. They haven't told us that that I'm fighting in May or June yet. So I'm just staying ready. I'm doing everything I can to stay ready to fight. If it's Gavin, if it's someone else, I'm going to be ready to go. And I can't wait to get that phone call or that contract.
Yeah, and I know that you're very close with Matt Frevola, who's another fighter in the UFC, who's in a similar situation. So I know it doesn't make it suck any less, but is it kind of nice having somebody that you're close with like that, that's maybe going through that same type of limbo period as you?
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Matt have been friends since, 2010. We first met at our gym. We were there the same week. He's in my opinion, he's actually in a lot different position because he's in New York City. And I feel like New York City got hit so much harder than everyone else that they really need to be careful with what they're doing because it's spreading so fast there. I have been talking to him. It's great, being in the same position. We were supposed to fight on the same fight card. So now he's actually trying to get down here to Florida. And so he can finish off his training camp here. And we're both trying to fight soon. He's looking to fight early June. I'm looking to fight either early June or even the end of May. I think I'm ready to go.
And you're talking about May and June. It seems like June's going to be maybe when Fight Island comes in the mix. So if you had your pick, I know you're down in Florida. Would you take the quick ride up to Jacksonville, or would you want to hold out to maybe be able to fight on Fight Island?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, when they announced that card was in Jacksonville, everyone was so excited. Like, oh man, you're gonna fight in Jacksonville. You can do that, which I would love to do. I would love to fight in Jacksonville. I don't think Gavin or the first fight with Fishgold, I don't think either one of those guys would be able to fight in Jacksonville. So
Right.
I would definitely be down for the Jacksonville fight. But man, there's something so appealing about Fight Island. It just sounds cool. It's something that I could tell my grandkids eventually that I got to fight on this mysterious island. So I would love to fight on Fight Island. I would rather wait for Fight Island, honestly. But if that's not going to happen, I'm ready to fight in Jacksonville or wherever they want me to go.
For sure, man. You think about maybe going to, drive up to Jacksonville, go sit in the parking lot. If anybody, doesn't pass their test, you got Billy Q to step in.
Well, I'm noticing there's a lot of featherweights coming up, and I know, a lot of people are dropping out. I think a lot of people are, and I've noticed you've posted this. There's been a lot of fights that have been made, and then a few days later they kind of fizzle out. I think a lot of fighters are trying to play chicken with each other to see who's actually ready to go, and no one wants to back out of a fight. So yeah, I'm ready to go, man. I'm in really good shape. I think I was lucky. I've talked to guys. I'm good friends with Randy Costa, and I know once they canceled his fight, he just went off the deep end, was eating everything. And, luckily for me, they didn't cancel my fight until, right before. And then they basically said, stay ready because you're going to be fighting soon after. So I've been basically staying in shape the whole entire time. I never really got, too much out of shape. I haven't been sparring as much, but everything else has been, like I always do. So yeah, I'm ready to fight. I don't know if I'm going to go to, maybe if they tell me I could fight in Jacksonville, I'll drive over there. But because there's no fans, I might stay here, but it's very tempting because it's right down the street.
Yeah, I got you,
A couple
man.
hours away.
Totally, yeah. And wherever it is, whenever it is, I'm looking forward to the next fight. And I really appreciate you taking the time out to chat with us today, man.
No problem, Nolan. Anytime, man. I love MMA Junkie. Love what you guys are doing, and I appreciate you always keeping me updated on everything.
I got your back, man. Hey, and I got to say that Billy is the first fighter to publicly state that he would take somebody out for me. So he said that he had my back. So I got to respect that. So much props.
I got you. I know Dana was calling all you journalists a bunch of wimps. I know he wasn't talking to you. He wouldn't do that to you. You and John are straight shooters. You know how it is in any line of business. There's going to be people that just say, things that you don't agree with, just like any line of work, but you guys are real ones. I'll always do interviews with you guys anytime you guys want. And I think I'm going to be the next one up. I had big plans this year. I still plan on, climbing up the rankings, beating a lot of these guys. I look at that top 15 like it's an open market. Besides the two guys I really don't want to fight, Ryan Hall, he's one of my boys. And he's just a maniac. And Josh Emmett, who I've trained with before. I just like him. He's a good dude. I've been close with both those guys for a while. But besides that, man, I'm ready to make a run at this thing, win a couple fights and get a crack at that top 15.